Hello, we're back at it again with more Shadowhearts. We're hella grinded right now, look at that. 177,000 to spend, we're rich. We're unfathomably rich. We have enough that we could get like a massive down payment on a house in this economy. Alright, one sec. Let me just get ready here. I'm ready. Without further ado, I just wanted to have the guide and my own stream open on the side so I can see. I already started the climb of this tower last night, just a bit. That little dance Keith does before he uses his skill looks kind of funny. You have to spend a little bit of MP, but it's no problem. We're rich. We could just go stock up on MP recovery items when we get back to town. No worries. Wait a minute. There's a treasure chest down there? One sec. There's a treasure chest down there. One sec. A hidden one. Did I open it already? Pretty sure I did. There's supposed to be a hidden treasure chest around the corner here. But there. I've been grinding here and never found that. Press X everywhere. This game wants you to press X at all times just to make sure that you don't miss anything. Wow, these guys are kind of assholes. Thick boys. Gale! This enemy mob has Gale, but it's not an attack move. Come on, Jujin. How could you miss? Yeah, the teleporting around by Keith looks kind of freaky. Very cool and freaky. How high does this tower go for? These guys again? Come on now. God. The fucking redeem things from rain streams are loud as hell. Jump scare me. Hopefully we're not too not too high level when we get Yuri back, but it's gonna be whatever. We're gonna turn that boy into our highest dealing damage again when we get our hands back on him. Zhuzhen! You could in one turn. You're washed. Had like salmon head for dinner for today, for tonight. Had a pretty heavy dinner. Just salmon head. A little bit of S&P. Ten minutes on each side on the grill. Delicious. How high is this tower? We've been going up for a while. It's okay, we're really getting those steps in for a pedometer. I know that I like to joke about like getting my steps in, but we are actually getting our steps in this game in particular. That looks like a door in the wall right there, but you can't interact with it. Alright, Rain is done streaming. Disappointing session of rips for our friends here. Wonder if I could convince them to go back to Baldur's Gate 3 with me. With all the new shit that they added in Baldur's Gate 3. Kind of an expensive skill, but we don't worry about that. We are rich. We'll get your money back from winning the fight anyway, so... We've been going up for a while. Okay, finally reached the top. Road to the top. Let me save here. Let me heal up Alice a little bit. It's Yuri, right? Keith says he's inside this room. Zhuzhen says this aura alone belongs to you. Yes, I'm sure of it. Alice says he's inside. Keith says, do be careful. He really did a number on me once. I would understand. We built Yuri different. Why did he settle there? Why did he settle here, though? Is it still Yuri that's inside there? Or is he just moping around? Alice says, Yuri, you're alive. Zhuzhen says, wait. He's definitely not his normal self. Keith says, you know him? Yuri's like mumbling. Zhuzhen says, not only know him, we've been through struggles of life and death with him. How on earth did he get to be like this? Keith says, do be on your guard. He attacks very unexpectedly. Alice says, Yuri, it's me, Alice. Yuri's mumbling again. Keith says he has every appearance of a human, but it's as if he has lost his soul somewhere. In his present state, he is nothing but a maleficent monster. Zhuzhen says, come on, kid. Did the seraphic radiance completely consume your soul? Oh, he's standing up. Alice says, Yuri, don't you remember me? He's gonna square up. He's gonna square up. Yuri says, you've come to kill Mom, haven't you? Alice says, huh? Yuri says, you damned monsters. You're here for Mom, aren't you? Keith says, watch out, stand back! Oh, that was pretty quick. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, he hurts. What's his... He's dark. He's definitely dark. We're gonna give Keith Holy Edge. We're gonna edge Keith. Buffer boy up. Oh, you can actually see it. You can actually see the light infusion on his weapon. That's the first time I've ever noticed it. Just defend. Harm from grave attacks all enemies. Life sucker. Attack with life draining darkness plus silence. It actually doesn't do anything. What does nourishing potion do? I haven't seen this yet. It's a heal move. Oh shit, he morbed. Wait, is it gonna be like a one-shot move like Dad was? Wait, that's... Oh, okay. It's not so bad. Raises target's physical and special defense power. Oh. That's pretty good. Yeah, since we're going all in on Keith, we're just gonna buff him. Whoa. Everybody else can die. Not Keith. Is there a turn limit on the buffs from Alice? Alright, fight back. Oh shit, I don't want to heal. I might end up healing Yuri here. Wait. Wait. Okay, it's damage. Because he should have like dark resistance, I think. Ouch! He's barely doing damage. Drain wave, we can handle it. Actually, no. Smack him around. I think we're pretty safe. Like, even with the buffs on him. As long as he's not like one-shotting us, we're fine. He's weak, get his ass. Oh. What the? Wait, Alice is in the graveyard? Alice says, where am I? Oh. Alice is a graveyard? Welcome to my twisted mind. Alice says, how barren. This entire land mourns and suffers. Alice says, I can feel his despair. So many tears, so much loneliness. This must be... Is it just me, or are those gravestones like higher than before? Yeah, they're definitely larger than before. They grew. Please don't make Alice fight these guys. The sword mask says, what have we here? Well, you're a beautiful little girl, aren't you? The staff mask says, ho ho ho, who would have thought she'd come all this way to the mine's darkness? You wish to sacrifice your body, your heart, your very life over the lad? Over to the lad? Alice says, who are you? The gold mask says, are you not frightened by us? My, you're brave for a little girl. We are the unconscious inside the boy. People call us fear, envy, anger, and hate. The grill mask says, the boy's soul you're searching for is seeking death and preparing for it. Alice says, seeking death? The sword mask says, yes, retreating to the memories of his childhood. He earnestly seeks the escape of a death, a place with no suffering, where no one can hurt him. The staff mask says, so cute. Those who come here can find peace. One can join the consciousness of their dead mother or father. No need to continue life's hard struggles. The lad is mistaken. Running away isn't a bad thing. After all, each person cares about themselves the most. The gold mask says, what's the matter? Your expression. Are you upset? Alice says, Yuri. I won't let Yuri die. The grill mask says, what a silly thing to say. Would you drag a poor soul that's finally about to find tranquility back to the burdens of this life? The sword mask says, my, you're an interesting girl. May I ask? To this soul that was unable to obtain his father's protection or his mother's affection, What exactly do you have to offer? Alice says, I don't know. The staff mask says, the freedom of death, a resting place for a soul. Are you saying there's something more this lad desires? Alice says, I don't know what I have to offer to Yuri. I just know that we can get through any hardship if we stay together. The gold mask says, and what do you want of the lad in return for your devotion? Alice says, I want nothing in return. I just want to be with him. Oh? She's going in? The Grail mask says, you make me laugh. Unconditional devotion? No such virtue exists. On second thought, there is one. The incomprehensible behavior humans call love. But you don't. Not this soul? Making a midstream dinner, just stopping by. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, I was wondering why you'd like gotten quiet. I missed the dinner mention. Also, hello, thanks for dropping by. Enjoy dinner. The sword mask says, this gets more interesting by the minute. To hear such a silly statement. Very well. If you're that determined, we'll open the gate of self. The lad's soul is inside. Alice is the gate of self. This is kind of like the end of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. The sword mask says, however, set one foot in there and you must bear this lad's karma with him. Even so, will you go? The four masks curse is binding. In return for opening the gate, we will one day come for your soul. Alice says, I don't care, as long as I can reach out to his soul. The sword mask says, are you willing to risk your own soul to rescue him? If so, proceed. Alice! The sword mask says, I will watch with interest. Is there really such a thing as this love? Oh, the gate is open. Whoa. Wait a minute, what? Nekopara after is out? On DL side? Holy shit. Why is it so cheap? Whoa, huge Akapara after is out. We'll be hopping on eventually. The gate is open, as if beckoning. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's get back into it. It's enough gooning. What? You won't go anywhere hoeing like that. Alice says, Yuri, what are you doing? He's playing farming games. Yuri is farm pilled. Alice says, what the? But this is a grave. Alice says, stop. Stop it right now. Yuri says, what is it, mommy? Aren't I a good boy? I've got to help dad in any way I can. Oh no, his memories has regressed. Alice says, this is no garden. You're digging your own grave, don't you see? Yuri says, oh come on, stop pulling my leg. I've got to see the farm before winter comes. Now, move aside. Alice says, Yuri. Whoa, that's Dad! Wait. Do we have to fight Dad? Wait, don't make Alice fight Dad by herself, please. Foxface says, hey, you. What are you doing here? Alice says, who? You put Yuri under a spell, didn't you? Foxface says, wow, wait a second here. He chose to dig his own grave? Foxface says he failed to fuse with the seraphic radiance, and it devoured his soul. What's left of his consciousness is screaming to disappear. He wants to go away before the seraphic radiance inside him comes out and turns the world to ashes. I'm only helping him, don't you see? Alice says, you're his father. Why do you make him suffer so? Foxface says, I'm not making him suffer. He's scared and he's weak. He thinks all the monsters he has fused with will devour his soul. I don't want to turn into a monster, he screams every time he fuses. He thinks he might lose it and go on a killing spree if he keeps this up. He might even turn against his own friends. Foxface says, he can't bear the dark fate of Harmonixer. Yuri says, Dad, how much do I have to do? Should I keep digging? Foxface says, deeper, idiot. Dig deeper. Foxface says, you could not match your father, didn't protect your mother. You're responsible for everyone's misery. So much regret, so many lies. Poor boy. His fear attacks him like a monster. Foxface says, I'm the embodiment of his weakness. Alice says, Yuri is not weak. If there's still hope and courage left in him, he's a fighter. Foxface says, ha ha ha, look at him, he's a weakling. Don't you see? He can't face himself. He wants to escape, that's why he keeps digging. He doesn't want to fight the seraphic radiance. He wants to disappear. How pathetic. Alice says, stop. She's yelling this time. Alice says, he wouldn't understand. He can't believe in anything. What do you know? Foxface says, ha, you cry for him? I hate that weepy crap, you know. Oh, holy shit. Oh, Yuri squared up now. Foxface says, what do you think you're doing? Yuri says, no, Dad, don't hit Mom. Foxface says, oh, shut up, you idiot. Alice says, Yuri. Foxface says, keep digging. Whoa, I kicked his ass. Foxface says, darn it. You're turning against me? Yuri says, you're not my dad. Foxface says, this is too funny. Let's do it, you weakling. Whoa. Alice says, Yuri, don't be afraid. He's just a part of you. Accept him. Don't give up. Don't grieve. Because you're still alive. Yuri says, that's right. I'm still alive. I'm not afraid of you anymore. Yuri says, yup, no problem. No matter how many times I lose or collapse or spit blood, as long as I have my life and as long as I don't give up, I can always stand up and fight again. Whoa, let's go. Inferno, my beloved, we're back. Actually, I should have switched to whatever. Should have switched to furry, man. Because it has a higher dodge rate than Inferno. But it's all good. We're hitting big numbers immediately. What level is Yuri, I wonder? Dad's already weak. He's not gonna transform. Oh, he didn't transform. Holy 20,000. Oh, they gave a new weapon for free. All this time, he was actually fighting himself. This is just like Trails of Cold Steel 4. Yuri says, long time no see. Alice says, yes. Yuri says, wasn't that stupid of me? Alice says, yeah. Yuri says, I'm sorry, making you come for me in this place. Alice shakes her head. Not at all, she says. I wanted to see you. It's kind of cold in my room. Yuri says, you know, that day when I fused with a seraphic radiance, for a moment I thought I'd won. I thought to myself, if I could control him, I could save Shanghai. But reality bit me in the butt. Its consciousness flowed into mine, and I could feel myself losing it. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. Very scared. Alice says, that's why you wanted to die? Yuri says, because I'd much rather die than go on living with a dead soul. I didn't even have the will to fight. When I called out for help, that damn Foxface showed up. For the longest time, I thought that the god of death was my dad, but it was just a manifestation of my weakness. Alice says, I was never scared of this graveyard or that fox. Alice says, that fox is half of your soul. A very important half. Yuri says, well, now that the two halves are one, I'm not ashamed of being afraid or weak anymore. Alice says, yeah, let's travel together again. Nodders. We're so back. Zhuzhen says, Alice, are you alright? Hey, the kid's with you. Very cold. I need to actually close my windows. It's pretty cold out tonight. Keith says, what in the world happened? Oh, Sir Gagaman is gone again. Yuri says, hehehe, have you been all this time, Pops? Zhuzhen says, Yuri? Is it really the honest-to-goodness Yuri? Alice says, yes, Zhuzhen, it really is, Yuri. Yuri says, now, why are you taking that tone with me? You know I never was honest-to-goodness to begin with. You old adept at nothing adept. Zhuzhen says, so it really is you, kid. I'm not just seeing things. Zhuzhen's crying. You gigantic knucklehead, you. Yuri says, ah, come on, don't go crying on me now, Pops. Now, come on, stop it. You'll dry yourself out if you cry like that. Zhuzhen says, ah, stuff it. Don't you know I've been worried sick over what kind of trouble you might be in? That's why I came looking for you, you ungrateful son of a bitch. It just chokes me up. Can I help it if the tears come easy in my old age? Pop Zhuzhen is the sentimental type. Yuri's laughing. Well, as you can see, I'm as chipper as a graveyard butterfly. There's nothing to worry about anymore. You can retire from all this, Pops. Leave the rest to us. Zhuzhen says, aren't you funny? I have no intention of retiring as long as I live. And who'd want a booger-picking kid like you to look after them anyway? Keith says, my goodness, it's hard to know whether these two are bosom buddies or sworn enemies. Which is it? Alice laughs. Oh, I guess you could say both. Yeah, it's pretty funny, like, Yuri's like some 20-something-year-old with a bestie who's like some 60-year-old or something, 70-year-old. His bestie is like his 60, 70-year-old like co-worker. Yuri says, you're from this castle, right? I'm sorry we caused you so much trouble. Keith says, haha, not at all. Besides, it was your intense burst of energy which finally roused me from my sleep. And with the world changed so much in the 200 years I was asleep, I think I'm in a traveling mood. Which reminds me, you all seem to be on some kind of special journey yourselves? Alice says, well, kind of. Keith says, you did what I asked you to do, so I guess you're finished here. But you have piqued my interest. If you don't mind, can I join you in your travels? I promise not to get in the way. Zhuzhen says, we appreciate your interest, but the enemies we are fighting are no ordinary monsters. We can't possibly guarantee your safety. Listen, you'll have a lot more fun if you travel with that widow and her daughter from the village. Keith says, oh no, I certainly don't expect any guarantees. I'm just insufferably tired of all the empty hours. I just want to be freed from this endless tedium of nothing to do. Yuri says, in that case, why don't you just... Keith says... Keith? Oh yeah. Yuri says, welcome aboard, Keith. Zhuzhen says, yeah. Things are getting livelier on our European travels, too. Keith says, so, where are we headed? Alice says, let's head back to Prague for now, Zhuzhen. Marge might be there by now. Zhuzhen says, good idea. We can plan our next move when we get there. Yeah, this is getting exciting again. Come on then, no sense in letting the grass grow under our feet. Can they teleport us out of this place? I don't want to go all the way back down from this tower. It's kind of a ways away down. Yuri says, wow, the old man's really calmed down since I've been gone. Alice says he's happy. He kept me going for the last 6 months. Alice says, oh, I almost forgot. Alice says, this is for you. I found it in Kuei-Hai Tower. What is it? You've received a brightly polished talisman from Alice. What's it? Alice says, let's go. Yuri says, yeah. Please don't make me walk all the way down. Please, 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 please. Select the party members to participate in the battles. It shall be, of course, Yuri. And I might have to bench Jujin for Keith. I like Keith. He kind of reminds me of like Alucard. So we're gonna keep him in the party. Alice says, what's wrong? Jujin says, look, it was red, but now it really is a blue castle. Keith says, farewell, dear castle. Farewell, my ancestors. Do not begrudge me a little bit of time to travel. And if I don't return, may you vanish again into the mists of time until a new master arrives. Whoops. Wait, are monsters still around the place? Okay, let's go see Mayo. And is he still there? We're so back. We are so back. One sec. Let me change our equipment. Why is Yuri higher level? I was worried for nothing. Wait a fucking minute. Oh, it's okay. We have a spare pedometer. Where is the spare pedometer? There it is. Wait, Mayowan is gone, goddammit. Is he back in Prague? What about the wolves in the area? Is it still around? I kind of want to fight the wolves. Nope, it's gone. Wow, we have to climb the tower again? Are you serious? There was something that was left behind there. God damn. Okay, wait. Let's switch back our weapons. Because the weapon that we have. If you paid attention, you saw something glowing behind Yuri as they left the tower, so let's go get it. Make your way back into the castle through the western door and to the very tip top of the tower. Again. Oh, it's a ways away up. Whatever, we got all day. Fast forward. Thank God for fast forward, because holy shit, that is a climb. I don't remember his his rings, his judgment ring area. I'm gonna have to look at his equipment so I could refamiliarize myself. What is it again? How do I inspect the weapon? There it is. Okay. So around 3 o'clock, past 6 o'clock, and right around the area of 10 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Okay. 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, right before 10 o'clock. Is it past? Forgot already. Exactly 3 o'clock. Past 6 o'clock, around 10 o'clock. Okay. It's past 6 o'clock. Three, 6, 10. 3, 6, 10. I missed! Whatever. I won't survive the first turn. Why is the width of the ring so small for Keith? No wonder I miss so much. Everything is leveled to the max. So we don't have to worry about... We still have to worry about our malice. I thought he's over himself. Alright. Yeah, there was something on the ground back there. What is it? You ever see Dark Gravestone? Examine the floor on the left side of the room to find the Dark Gravestone, which will allow you to fight and fuse into Yuri's level 3 Dark Fusion when you have enough soul energy. Huge. Let's do it right now. Everything is glowing. We're gonna be going through everybody. That is a lot of fusion, so we need to grab. Alright, you know what? Before I jump into it, be right back real quick. Alright. We're gonna go through the spree. We're gonna go through a spree of grabbing all the souls for Yuri. I think I will grab the dark one first because it could go all the way to level 3 right now. Not after we've picked up the dark gravestone. It looks pretty cool too. Alright. Raging Tiger, the usual. Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now. I should do it right when I'm very close to, like, the inn or something, or a save point. Or... you know what? It doesn't matter. An inn where I could just, like, refresh myself if I take too much damage from going through the trials. The gravestone trials. I didn't even save before I started doing this. A traitorous impulse wells up inside of you. You've received Soul of Karen. Alright, we could go do another one. From the seal of the grave, a soul glows with an eerie light as if the soul of a new creature was born. Fight the fusion monster. Yep. You know it. Yeah, Chernobog looks so cool. That's what Dad had. Hopefully he's not gonna beat our ass. He's actually... that's such a goated looking, like, monster design. Fusion design. Just because of how cool it looks, it might become my go-to. Oh, this thing is weak. Alright, baby, level 3, get a destructive urge stirs within you. You received Soul of Chernobog. Alright, I will start wearing Chernobog. How much more stronger it is. Whoa, it's super strong. It costs 48 goddamn SP to transform. I think it's about time for me to actually start using... you know what? No, it's fine. The other party members serve to support Yuri. I don't even have to grab all of these other ones. But you know what? Since we're already here, let's grab them. Yeah, 48? That's insanely costly. Saucy, though. Man, Chernobog looks so cool. I only have 5 SP to work with, look. That's crazy. Maybe I don't need Jade Lariat. have Earth level to the max, but we can't get the level 3 yet. You have to find the related item for us to be able to get the level 3 fusion. We'll just run it down for now. Funny thing is, though, we can't even use this, whatever this is. Raises all allies' special attack power 5 turns, so it's a buffer. Party buffer. Physical evade, 30% off? That's pretty good, honestly. Try and dodge this, though. Wait, Mad Bull is pretty close in strength to Chernobog. Physical attack 123. Strength 69, physical attack 127. It's not that far from each other. And you actually have access to like a third ability. Alright, Inferno, my beloved. Ifrit? Is it Ifrit? Yep, it's Ifrit. That's oomph. Physical attack power 30% up. Oh shit, he's gonna beat our ass. Oh, yeah, ouch. Whoa. Slap that shit on immediately. Immediately. As cool as Chernobog looks, unfortunately we don't have access to the third ability, so it might get benched. Might get benched for now. For what? I have no idea. But you know what? Let's compare damage. First attack is 171. Let's run that back switch to Chernobog. $215. Chernobog actually still does a lot more damage. But yeah, factoring in though, factoring in Ifrit's like physical attack buff, then it would be a lot more valuable than Chernobog. Is it like a party attack up though? Is it a party attack up? Let's see. Raises target's physical attack power 5 turns, okay. Never mind. But it has an AoE. Bird is the word. Cool. Soul of Icarus. Wonder if there's anything back here. Or was a little pop-up, but I missed it. Whatever. Yeah, I think I might stick with this lineup. Chernobog is because it looks cool. Hi Alice, good evening. How's it going? Alright, now we have to go all the way the fuck down to this tower. Luckily, we have turbo mode. Speed! It did all the woo-wah dueling, card dueling stuff. Time to duel. Was there at any point like a Yu-Gi-Oh reference? They should have like our own version of Seto Kaiba in Wuthering Waves. A lot of them. Kalcharo will be our Seto Kaiba. Did I finish that event already? No, I haven't yet. I just know Kalcharo is the last boss. Because everybody spoiled it already. Let's say Wuthering Waves spoilers aren't too big. Ain't too big. Get me the fuck out of this goddamn tower. Whoop. If I knew Keith was like stupidly cracked, I would have grabbed another Mind's Eye for him. But then Shanghai blew up, so we're never getting that Mind's Eye ever again. Cardi is your second cousin twice removed? Say what? No wonder Rovi and Cardi is peak. That makes it better! Rubs my hands. Oh shit, I almost missed. God, there's so much encounters here. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain. Money is money. Experience is experience. Speed. You're grinding the classic JRPG experience. I wouldn't have it any other way. He loves to grind. Alright, back to Prague. Hey, can we visit Bistritz back? Hey, we got a friend back. Wait, what the Mayuan is here? Mayuan says this is a good spot, so stay out of my way. Oh. Mayuan says, oh Yuri, I wasn't peeping. Let's get some acupuncture. Okay, finally. Whoa, 60,000 for the upgrades. Whatever, we're rich. We're rich, we're rich. A weapon and armor upgrade for Yuri. I should just buy this, no discount, it's no sweat. Because of how filthy rich we are. No, we're too stupid strong right now. I did a little bit too much grinding. Anyway, we got our friend back. Hello, everybody. Nothing new to say? Nothing new to say. Okay, I'm leaving. Back to Prague. Hello. Guard Duvan says, aha, welcome back. I'm glad to see you're back safe. Thank you, ma'am. Everybody here is so friendly. This guy's sleeping again. Guard Hama says, shoot, you caught me again. I wasn't sleeping though. Ha ha ha. I've already done lottery member number 8, I believe. Go back to sleep, sir. Wait, what are we supposed to do here? They said they wanted to go back to Prague, but I don't know what for. Oh, okay. Owner Gismit says, hey there, Alice, Jujin. Looks like your company has grown. Yeah, there's 4 of us now. Owner Gismit says, I have a message for you from Marge. Alice has a message? Owner Gismit says, uh-huh. I thought she would just wait here until the 2 of you got back, but she rushed off in a big hurry. She said she wanted to meet you here. She wanted you to meet her in Rouen, north of Paris. Paris. We're going to Paris. Jujin says, what's the matter? Why the sudden outburst? Oh, wasn't it in Paris where she got jumped? Oh yeah. No, never mind. It was Rouen. Alice says, Rouen is the place where my father fought Bacon and died. Yuri says, is that right? Now, why did Marge do that? Yushin says it's been quite a while since she went off on her own in an attempt to track down Bacon. Maybe this means she finally got some leads. Yuri says, I see. So he's been hard at work even after I got swallowed up by that beast in Shanghai? Alice says, I'm sure Bacon is somewhere in Europe, either England or Ruin. Marge is looking for him, but to no avail. Zhuzhen says, considering how he taunted us to come after him, he must have some trick even more sinister than Dehuai's up his sleeve. We've got to find him. We haven't heard a peep out of him for 6 whole months now. Yuria says, hey, why so glum? You're back safe, so let's celebrate. Oh, so in this game you travel all around the world? Yeah, we traveled from some corner in China, and now we're in the other corner of the world in Europe, in Prague. Who's this woman? Why is she? Yuri says, me? Drunk? No way. It's party time. She went to the bathroom. What the hell was that about? Keith says, Roger Bacon, huh? Do I understand correctly that another member of your party is waiting for you in France? We're going to France! Alice says, yes. Yuri says, hey friend, where's this France place anyways? Is it far? Jushin says, from here it's, let's see, well, neither of them have been to France. To France. Yuri says, come on, Pops, you either know or you don't. Jushin says, of course I do. What do you think I did on the longboat trip from China? I studied up real good. That's what I did. So anyway, let's see. Yuri laughs. Come on, Pops, you're just a regular country bumpkin. Jushin says, shut up. Takes one to know one. Alice says, I think it'll take less than a month to get there. I'm sure we can catch a carriage somewhere along the way. Yuri says, oh yeah? So what are we waiting for? Jushin says, you're right. What do you say, Alice? Alice says, yes, okay. Jushin says, in that case, we'd better get a solid meal in our bellies before we set out. Say, whatever happened to Yuria? Yuri says, she hasn't come out of the bathroom for ages. She's probably out cold. You saw how drunk she was. Alice says, I'll go take a look. She's taking a shit. Jushin says, with the kid back and a new member tonight? Tonight's wine is mighty tasty, yes sir. Oh hey, Yuri and Keith are getting along. Wait, what? Yuri says, what is it, Alice? I can go with ya. You mean to the bathroom? You pervert. Keith says, it's been 200 years since I last saw France. I wonder what it's like now. What if she's like... Oh, she disappeared. Why is this sink full? You good in there? She fighting for her life in there. Alice says, Yuria, are you okay? How about this one? Alice says, Yuria, are you in here? Alice says, this is so strange. Where did she go? Alice says, there's nothing wrong with this mirror. What? There's somebody in the mirror. Why'd you check the stalls again? Alice says, not in here either. What's going on? Whoa! Alice says, what the? Alice in the mirror. Oh, it's the vampire lady. She's inside the mirror. Alice says it's gone. Was that an illusion? Can we leave? Boys, something is wrong here. I know you're in here, come out, Alice says. Yeah, you can interact with the stalls again. Alice says, your tricks won't work on me. Whoa, what the hell? Can I go outside? I can't leave Yuria. I'm an old woman now. What the hell happened? Alice says, that's not me. We're getting trolled. Whoa. Hey man. Alice says, you're the one who killed Terry. The Alice-faced witch says, that's right. That was the mayor's request. What a beautiful young woman you are. Makes me feel good just assuming your form. If your body were to become mine. Hee 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 hee. Uh-oh. Wait, is it? Uh-oh, it's Alice Solo. All good, fucking nuke him. Nuke him. So she got the damage? It's a dark type, it's gotta be weak to light. Yeah, you know what? Alice is actually pretty sturdy. Not even worried. Ouch, we can survive one more attack. Unless she somehow hits a crit. Oh, GG's. Get the fuck out of here. She disappeared, she's still alive. The suspicious old woman says, not bad. I knew you were a first-rate exorcist. I'll let you go for now. I'd be more careful next time. You were under my spell the moment you entered the bathroom. Yuri says, what's wrong, Alice? Yuri says, you. The suspicious old woman says, you're back from the spirits graveyard, eh? I'm sure you'll make Lord Bacon proud. I am Arcane Olga, remember my name. I'll be seeing you again, hee hee. Creepy old woman. Alice says, Arcane Olga? A new enemy? Our next stop. Zhuzhen says, so that's what happened to you. What a relief that you came out of it unscathed. But you have to give the guy credit for how he set his trap without anyone knowing. On top of that, we now know that she's connected to Bacon somehow. Yuri says, the plot thickens once again. Now I'm really looking forward to France. To France. Okay, Alice, Zhuzhen, and Keith again. I like this team comp. Is Yuria alright? Yuria says, oh my, did I pass out in the bathroom? I can't remember anything. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let me buy some tent. Let me buy some tent. Like a ton of tents. Oh, now that I remember, yeah, this music in this area in Prague kind of reminds me of like Persona music. Either Persona music or like Trails music. Alright. Is that everything here? Let's talk to everybody before I leave. Just kidding, I don't care. I'm going. Arcane Olga says, I knew you'd be here. Bacon says, ah, you're back. So how did it go? Bacon is such a lame name for our main op. Olga says, it's shameful I couldn't return with that girl. Bacon says, don't worry, we've just begun. We still have plenty of time to hunt her down. Bacon says, oh yes, that Harmonixer fellow seems to have returned to his normal self and rejoined the party. Olga says, I couldn't see how far the girl delved into the man's soul, but she brought him back from the spirit grave. Bacon says, the kid doesn't look like much, but he's actually quite a troublemaker. We need to get rid of him early on. Olga says, Lord Bacon, you can't tell me you're afraid of that young boy. Bacon says, well, I'm not entirely sure what to think. The trouble is that the soul of the Seraphic Radiance remains sealed somewhere deep in his being. Fortunately, he hasn't yet awoken to his true power, but if he ever does, he'll be a fearsome enemy. Olga says, the Seraphic Radiance? Bacon says, an ancient god summoned up by an old man in Shanghai, one of the guardian deities of this planet. No mere human should be able to bring the god into submission, and yet he managed to do it. So what power is it that protects him? That's what I want to know. Olga says, Olga says, Lord Bacon, she still hasn't given in yet, has she? She may die if you continue to torture her like this. I think you should warn the Inquisitors. Bacon says, you needn't worry. She's not the sort of witch to succumb to this level of torture. If anything, she's the one with the upper hand. She's merely toying with her Inquisitors who wields the whips. Wait, did they catch Marge? Bacon says, so, how about a nice cup of tea in the other room? No, they caught Marge! We is now in ruin. We in Paris. Zhuzhen says, so this is ruin. For a small town, it looks very pleasant. I wonder if Marge has arrived yet. Well, let's try the inn. Wonder what happened to Kawashima and Kato. Keith says, is something wrong, Alice? Alice says, oh, nothing. What was she ruminating about her dad? Newlywed Jane. My husband is working like an honest man now, but I wonder how long that'll last. Cautious Milton. Haven't seen you here in Ruin before. You on a trip? What's this? Happy Leonard. You're going to church? Well, a strong faith is a powerful asset. But my lad, Father Doyle, who took care of this church, was afflicted with a sickness of the heart. He shut himself inside and won't show himself to anybody. Even the church is closed up. Can we go inside? No, we can't, of course. That's what he just said. Is this a shop? It's a shop. Oh, no, it's an innkeep. It's an inn. The innkeeper says good evening and welcome. Yuri says, excuse me, but we're looking for a lady named Margaret. Yuri says, is she staying here? The innkeeper says, Miss Margaret? Please wait a moment. Yes, she's staying here. Okay. But she's out for the moment. Jujin says, aha, so she beat us here. Yuri says, okay, guess we'll be staying here. Some rooms, please. Innkeeper says, absolutely. We haven't had a lot of customers lately, so I can give you a deal. You seem to have a lady with you, so I'll prepare 2 rooms upstairs. Use them as you wish. Alice says, thank you. The innkeeper says, oh, are you? Aren't you the young lady who stayed here with your father about a half a year ago? Alice says, yes. The innkeeper says, I still remember that incident. Such a terrible incident. Oh, that poor priest may rest his soul. But at least you're safe, child. It's a blessing of God. Now go along and rest in your quarters. Yuri says, what the? What the? We're back here? The sword mask says, welcome back, lad. I see you chose to live again in hell. The staff mask says, how foolish. You were on the verge of entering paradise, where you would no longer experience pain or suffering. Yuri says, well, I see you're still a bunch of blabbermouths. I couldn't care less what you say about me. Gold Mask says, how strange to hear such lines from one who not so long ago was so eager to die. You should be thankful to that little girl. The Grail Mask says, that's right, for she has taken upon herself the burden of your karma. Yuri says, what do you mean? The Sword Mask says, to save your soul from the god of death, the one who wears the fox mask. This girl offered her soul to us. Yuri says, what did you just say? The Staff Mask says, when malice reaches its peak, we'll come for that girl's soul, in place of Foxface. The Gold Mask says, ha ha ha, there's no escaping from us. No matter where she runs, her life will eventually burn out, even if she's within your very arms. Yuri says, damn you, I won't let you lay a finger on her. Your curses are as worthless and phony as a $3 bill. You got that? Now apologize. The Grail Mask says, you wish to challenge us? How very interesting. No matter how hard you try to protect her, you will fail. All you can do is sit helplessly by and watch this precious life depart. Yuri says, nah, now I'm pissed off. You want some of me? I'll take you all on. The mask says, we'll be watching your vain attempts to drive off our spell. Yuri says, enough, shut up. The sword mask says, it is time for you to depart, lad. Your world awaits you. Okay, so now it's just... So Malice is just gonna start increasing... There's nothing left for me to do, okay. Which means we still do have to clear out our Malice. Jujin says, what's wrong, Yuri? Did you have a nightmare or something? There's 3 dudes here and like 2 beds. Did somebody share... Somebody shared beds. Yuri says, no, don't worry, I just had a bad dream. Jujin says, finally, a moment to catch her breath. Being cooped up in a carriage for so long is hard on this old man. My rear end is sore as all get out. Keith says Alice is in the next room. I'm a little concerned about the change in her mood. What do you mean? Does she know? Wait, where's Alice? Yuri says she's gone. Where did she go by herself? Jujin says, what's that? Alice has disappeared? She wandered off somewhere while we were resting. Keith says we better go look for her right away. Yuri says I'll go look for her, but she might come back in the meantime, so you two wait here. We could use like one backup, it's okay. Yuri can take care of himself. Even if we get jumped by like a bunch of monsters, it's good. It's all good. What's a silent peddler again? What do you have? Pedometer service. Belt of power. Wait a minute, should I have bought that? Wait. I see, so I can buy that. Can I buy this belt of power? I don't know which ones does what. Let's buy this one, belt of power. That we can't wear. It's just 2 more attack within metal belt. Whatever. I'm gonna keep it. What are the other ones? Silver hand. What's silver hand? It uses the hit area to 100%. What? I should have bought that instead, motherfucker. Wait, how far back can I? Onyo. How far back is my latest save? I don't remember. Bullshit. How far back is this save? It's back in the tower. Fuck me, that's a while. That's a while ago. Oh god damn! Whatever. Motherfucker. I really want that silver hand. Whatever. I got all night. We'd have to fight Olga again, and then we're gonna have to go all the way back to mega backtracking here, unfortunately. Mega backtracking. Hey, did I get all of the hopefully I managed to get all of the fucking souls. Okay, I got all the souls. I have to re-scroll up on the guide. I just need to make sure that I don't miss anything. Wow, no skip cutscene, I suffer. Did she go outside? I'm gonna fast forward this again. I'm gonna have to fast forward that fight too. Oh, in that case, if we're gonna be forced into that fight, I could try and jack up Alice's special attack. I'm gonna try and make Alice hella fast too. Can we handle how fast it is? Oh, it's so fast! Oh shit! It's so fast. It gets back-to-back turns. God damn it. Ah! Oh, perfect. Alright, get fucked. It's just a lottery ticket that's on the floor here. Yep, that's it. And then we can go to Ruin now. I'm just gonna shove everything on Yuri. That boy's gonna be big as fuck. With how stupidly strong Yuri is, I feel like he should be able to handle these masks if we get jumped by them. Maybe. That could be hubris talking. What does the monkey paw do again? Let me save. The monkey paw curls. It's not even something that you could use. Silverhand. Well, the Silverhand is not something you could use either. That's fucking lame. I ran it all the way back. I thought it was an accessory. God damn. Thought it was an accessory. What the fuck? I ran it all the way back for nothing. Motherfucker. I was supposed to buy the Belt of Power. Well, shit. Oh well, I wasted time for absolutely no reason. Alright, what do? Oh, he also has shopping. I didn't realize. Weapon upgrades for everyone. Okay, we're rich. Buy 2 of these. For when we get Marge back. missed. Three of these for one of each for the boys. There we go, we got it. Wait, are the size of the rings, like, affected by the Jade Lariat? Oh, I think it is. Because I'm having a harder time hitting that 30%. Hopefully Mayowen is still is around, so we can upgrade these weapons. Otherwise, I'm not gonna wear them immediately. Fuck. We're gonna be broke again after I upgrade all these. I'm just gonna upgrade whoever's weapon is gonna be, like, more actively gonna be participating in the party. A loin guard. Oh, that's so small. Holy shit. We got it though. I could probably buy another one for when Marge joins the party, but we can only ever have like 3 characters in the active party, so maybe not. Alright. I've done all the upgrading that I wanted to do. Wait, who's that? There's something on the ground here. Huge jug. We like huge jugs. Is that Alice? Oh, this is where her dad died. Yuri says, here you are. That's why she left. Alice says, hi Yuri, sorry to disappear on you like that. Yuri says, so, hey, is this place? Alice says, yes, this is where my father died. I can imagine Yuri going like, Kawabunga. Wait, I need to get a screenshot here. Kawabunga. This is where I watched my parents died. Or something. Kawabunga. Yuri says, Alice. Kawabunga. Alice says he died to save me. Alice says it's just as if it happened yesterday. That evening, Father and I were waiting here for someone. But before that person arrived, there's a man's voice. I showed up. Is it fucking Bacon? Again? Yuri says, you. Alice says, Bacon. Things are different this time. Yuri is here. Who is a cracked combatant. Bacon says, heh, long time no see. I've been looking forward to seeing you again. To seeing you both again. Congratulations on your rebirth, Yuri. Returning from the graveyard of souls is a laudable feat. Although, of course, Alice here had to sell her soul to the god of death in order to make it happen. Yuri says, I'm not afraid of that masked freak. Well, thanks for showing up here. It saves me the trouble of hunting you down. It's payback time for killing Alice's father. Bacon says, at ease, young man. I have no desire to fight the two of you today. I merely wanted to announce myself. Yuri says, don't hold back on our account, old man. You're here to go, or are you afraid? There's a female voice. That's right, I'll give you a full course on the house. Oomph? Alice's Marge? Marge says, hello kid, so you're okay, huh? We'll talk later. I've got lots of questions for you. Okay, I was worried for Marge. I thought that she was the one in Bacon's, like, torture chamber or something. Bacon says, another of your friends, is it? You youngsters multiply like viruses? Fine, I'll play along. Step forward, my servant. Oh shit. Those look like fire types. Are they fire types? Are probably fire types. We're gonna kill you, dog! Yuri doesn't look like he's suffering when he uses his fusions anymore, so... $386, holy shit. What has been that tiny ass... Knockback? It didn't work. Bacon says, hey, you've gained more power. That will make our future meetings more interesting. A word of caution, I will no longer be playing along at future fights, so be on your guard. Yuri says, bastard, he got away again. Marge is back. What? Why is she teleporting around? Yuri says, whoa, I kind of like that. Marge says, it's a ghost. Yuri says, wait, I'm not. Marge says, so, you're real? You look solid. I guess you're not a ghost. Yuri says, hey, yep, I'm just as you see me. He laughs. Marge says, you're tougher to kill than a cockroach. Marge says, well, I'm glad to see you're alive. Marge says, oh, how are you doing? How's the drunk old man? Alice says he's doing well. He's waiting for you at the inn. Marge says, great, I've got some crucial information. Let's head back to the inn. Marge says, get moving, sonny boy. He's still frozen. There's like 5 of us now. This room is pretty packed. Zhuzhen says, it's good to see you, Marge. I sensed a massive cloud of evil descending on the town, so I was a little worried. Alice says we ran into Bacon again. Zhuzhen says, you saw Bacon? Did he try to harm you? Marge says, no. They said hello and went away. Marge says, huh? Marge says, who is this handsome man? Yuri says, oh, this guy is the master of the castle where I stayed. Keith says, yes, I'm the one who took care of the moocher here. My name is Keith, enchanted, mademoiselle. Mademoiselle? Marge says, I'm Margaret, the moocher's babysitter. Nice to meet you, Keith. They're all taking a dig on Yuri. Zhuzhen says, why did you go out without saying anything, Alice? We were worried. Alice says nothing. Zhuzhen says, please don't be angry with me, and if you'd rather not talk about it, fine. But maybe if we knew more about what your father was trying to do, certain details might fall into place. Alice says, that day my father and I were supposed to meet with a certain person. Alice says, my father said this man was a warlock as powerful as Bacon. My father and I traveled all over Europe exorcising demons. But my father was working on secret missions for the Vatican. The church. Keith says, the Vatican? Yuri says, what's a Vatican anyway? You dummy. Zhuzhen says it's in Italy. It's the seat of the Pope. The leader of the Catholic Church. Yuri says, oh yeah? Keith says, so did you actually meet this person? Alice shakes her head, no. Bacon appeared before he arrived. I wonder who it's supposed to be. Marge says, can I have your attention, everyone? I don't know who he really is, but I have been investigating Bacon closely for the past several months. The first person recorded in history by the name of Roger Bacon appeared in England in the 13th century. As a priest in the Franciscan order, his scholarly training was at Oxford and Paris universities. Marge says his skills as an alchemist and warlock were superb, and his name was known throughout Europe. At that time, he was branded as a revolutionary, but there was also many who felt he was persecuted. It seemed he was very critical of the church and was even imprisoned for it. He was a heretic? Yuri says, huh? That guy is 700 years old? So he's not human after all. Marge says, but as I looked deeper into his past, I began to notice some odd things. Roger Bacon may be a peculiar fellow, but in many ways he seems like a very upright individual. It seems that for years he has also aided leading scholars in the fields of medicine and chemistry. Yuri says, upright? Anyway, you look at it, that guy is twisted. Why then did he kill Alice's father? It doesn't make sense. Marge says, that's it, that's a problem. Finally, in Nuremberg in 1540, something happened that completely changed his life. At the time, all of Europe was caught up in the mass insanity of the witch hunts. Bacon was accused by one of his pupils. Zhuzhen says, accused? You mean he was put on trial before the church? Marge says a pupil warned the tribunal that Bacon's research had gone too far, threatening to corrupt society. It finally ended in his exile. After that point, we can only catch glimpses of him throughout history, such as now as a force of evil. Zhuzhen says, I see. I guess he got sucked down into the murky black depths of sorcery. So the question is, this person that Bacon was trying to prevent Alice's father from meeting, who on earth could it be? Marge says, wouldn't it be best to ask that person directly? Alice? The person who introduced Father Elliot to this mystery man. It was Father Doyle, wasn't it? Alice says yes, but the church was closed and we couldn't get in. What the hell was that? The voice of Arcane Olga. Ha ha ha, you fools. Lord Bacon spared your life, yet you still intend to go to the church. I won't let you. Ha 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 ha. Yuri says, that voice. Alice says, Arcane Olga. She's watching us from somewhere. Let's hurry. Select the party members. Holy shit. Marge has so much HP. She has more HP and mana than Keith. I think I want to run Keith though, because he has much more SP. We'll keep Marge for now. Yeah, we'll keep Marge for now because I actually need to change her equipment. Right. I need to change her equipment. Hello. How's it going? Good evening. Brigand earrings, the usual. Charming Perio. Wait a minute. Jade Lariat, because Marge's rings are very annoying to deal with, and then more attack, or go shopping for a bit. We got Yuri back. Yeah, we're so back. That's our boy Yuri. He had like a Trails of Cold Steel 4 moment. Like that one part at the end of Cold Steel 4 where Reen had to fight his evil self. Hopefully I don't have to fight my evil self today. This music is fucking loud. Hopefully we have enough money to upgrade Marge's weapon. Where's Mayowan? I could use Mayowan right now. Who's got the pedometer? Wait, Marge has a lot of physical defense. What the hell? Where's that coming from? Why does she have like a tier higher armor than everybody else in the party? Oh, wait, what? Never mind. Forgot to change people. There you go. Cool. Now we are a party of 5. We have Alucard in the party, but he's not here right now. I actually kind of want to run him. But then Mayowan isn't here, so I can't change my team comp. What is with this ominous ass music? Front door is closed. Do we have to go through the back? Let me save. It's locked from the inside, but it looks easy to open. Just kick it. Kick it. What? Unlike the normal ring keeps spinning after one rotation. Oh shit. Another one of these. Ah! How many times do I have to do it? It's getting faster. Okay. Cool. Wait, there are encounters out here? One sec. Whoops. I ran it back. Oopsies. Are there encounters out here? Well, before I forget, there's a lottery ticket here. Oh, there are encounters here. Cool. I'm getting backshotted. Fuck him up. I'm getting jumped in the streets of London. Actually, it's not London. We're in Paris. We're in Paris. Hello, buddy. Hello. How's it going? Oh, okay. So Mayowan is walking around in Bistritz. This is where he's stationed for the most part. Oh, it's so expensive. That's like 7 more attack. Sure, whatever. Nah, maybe just 1. Long day today. Why? What's up? Alright, cool. I'll just upgrade the weapon for whoever's in the party right now. There we go. Yeah, Yuri's still gonna be our main damage dealer. Unless he gets taken out of the party again. There's an enemy that shows up in the streets. That one. Our Birdman. Just helping out in the helping around the house and gym. Nice. Does Marge have any new skills? Drop something hard on the target's head. Is it like an anvil? How funny would it be? Ah, fuck me. Okay, wait.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
Drop an anvil. Ah, it's a pad. It deals pretty good damage. It doesn't do that much damage, yeah. Marge's auto attacks does a lot more damage. I kind of want to run Keith because he's the one with the big AoEs. But we just got back Marge, so we'll stick with Marge for now. There's a frightened male voice. Who is it? Be not afraid, I am Oomph. Yuri says, hey, are you the priest here? The frightened man says, what do you want? Have you come to kill me? Alice says, Father Doyle. It's me, Alice Elliot. Father Doyle says, Alice? That's impossible. Alice was kidnapped by the devil a long time ago. She can't be alive. Alice says, I'm sorry to scare you, but it is me. I'm finally back in this town. Father Doyle says, is it really you, Alice? No, I don't believe it. You can't fool me. You're just an illusion. You must be the devil, coming to take my life away. Oh, whoa. Alice says, please, Father Doyle, tell me about the man my father was trying to meet that day. I want to know, whatever it takes. I must stop Roger Bacon. Father Doyle says, Bacon? Wait, I'll sell you everything. Just please, spare my life. Please don't kill me. Jujian says, this is quite serious. He thinks we're all Bacon's lackeys. He must have gone through some unimaginably dreadful experience. Yuri says, Father, relax. We're not going to do anything to you. Just answer our questions. That's all we want, okay? Father Doyle says, okay. Anything you say. Father Doyle says, Alice, I'll tell you everything I know about your father. It all started 23 years ago. In 1890, 3 secret books of magic were stolen from the Vatican. The books contained forbidden secrets of sorcery and alchemy. Long held under lock and key by the Pope, the disappearance of the books caused the Vatican to panic. They immediately called in 2 of the finest exorcists to find and recover the secret books. One was your father, Father Morris Elliot, and the other was his friend, Father James O'Flaherty. Alice says, Father O'Flaherty. Does she know? Father Doyle says the 2 of them wandered throughout Europe for many years in search of the missing volumes. They traveled together at first, but when a daughter was born to Elliot, they traveled separately. Then in 1899, Father O'Flaherty disappeared in England. Alice says, I remember that. I was only 5 or 6 years old. It was all in that last letter he sent to my father. It said that one of the books had been purchased by a scholar living in Wales, so he went to take a look. But no second letter ever came. Father Doyle says, afterwards, Father Elliot began a hunt for the criminal himself, and then he finally found him. Marge says, and it was Roger Bacon. How does she know this? Father Doyle says, yes, but Father Elliot was terrified of Bacon, as well as he should have been. Bacon's a 1,000-year-old demon. There's no humanity left in him. Your father had to protect his wife and daughter, but he knew that if those books were defiled, terrible forces of hell could be summoned to Earth. Zhuzhan says, so that was a Demon's Gate invocation. Curse you, Bacon. You steal a holy book and then defile it in your foul experiments? Blasphemy. Father Doyle says, in order to discover Bacon's weak points, he continued to look for someone who could help him. That person was also a great warlock and had a history of conflict with Bacon. Fortunately, I was able to contact him. I was certain that he would have proved to be a powerful ally. Who was it? Yuri says, huh? So who is this other guy you're talking about? Father Doyle says, Cardinal Albert Simon. Alice, that is the man that your father was waiting for that evening. Alice says, Albert Simon? Albert. Jujin says, so this Cardinal that Bacon didn't want your father to meet. Keith says, Father, where is Cardinal Simon now? Father Doyle says, I believe he... Whoa. He's dead. Is he dead? He's still breathing. It's Olga again. You talk too much, old man. You know, I've always hated churches. Yuri says, Olga. Olga says, I think it would be best if we finish this here. Lord Bacon will be pleased to be rid of unwanted pests. Well, are you ready? Yuri says, ha, what a laugh. When I'm done with you, there'll be nothing left. Da 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 da. Okay, she still looks the same as last time. She gonna get like a power up or something? Fusion! Ha! Good fucking lord, that damage. Alright, now that we have Marge in the party, I can start scouting again. Pretty sure it's a dark type, though.
Yeah, I could use some help here.
I'm pretty sure she's dark type, so I don't know what the point is. Yep. Poison? Ouch! Holy shit. That be hurting. I should have put Alice in the back. You know what? Maybe gospel. Ah, I didn't get perfect. If only gospel is like party-wide, that'd be nice. Not again. I almost missed. Dealing 1,000 damage per turn is like insane. Yeah, having a level 3 like summon right off the bat is just crazy work. I mean, she's already weak. Yeah, Mind's Eye is way too OP. Turns the game into easy mode. We're literally dog walking everything. I never suffer in fights. Arcane Olga says, you She teleported away. Alice says, "Father, hold on. I think he's cooked." Father Doyle says, Alice, the Cardinal is in London." Alice says, "Father!" Oh, he died. Happy Leonard says, "I never thought it would happen." Father Doyle completely lost his mind. Perhaps his soul will rest more gently. Oh, there's a new guy here. This is a lottery member. Hook-nosed Robin. Is my nose, like, too big? Don't worry about it. Alright, what does he have? Accelerator? What does it do? Oh, it doubles your pedometer. That's pretty big. Oh, shit. Accelerator. Did I get it? Too far. There, this should be it. Easy. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna have Alice in the back line. Marge can be sub DPS. Alright, I didn't fully explore the church. Seal of the Soul. What does that increase? Max SP increase? Sure. Say less. You've received the Jasper Cape. What does that do? Huge jug or small jug. Makes SP decrease 2 points every turn. Why would you want to do that? Makes SP decrease only 1 point every 2 turns. That's actually pretty good. Especially for Yuri, who just like goes through his entire SP whenever we use like a level 3 fusion. But we have party members for a reason who could always just shove more SP into Yuri. Or is that it? Let me save real quick. I guess I could keep Marge in the party so we could use Scout. So I know that so I know the weaknesses of the enemy that we're fighting. Man, we're bouncing between like places very fast. We is in London. Why is the music very chipper? One sec. Very whimsical. Yuri says, "Oh boy, I guess London doesn't exactly pinpoint it." Marge says, "Well, it is the capital of England. Anyway, doesn't this place look suspicious?" Yuri says, "But you think he's really here? This card guy or whatever." Cardinal. Cardinal Simon, yeah. Yuri says, yeah, that's the one. Do you think, like, Yuri could even read? Yuri's 20 years old, he never learned how to read. Marge says, enough with the dumb act already. I know you know who I mean. Who does she mean? Here lies Yuri, he never scored. On a sat. Meddler Bob says, are you people travelers? This part of town isn't safe, so you'd better get back to your hotel. What's happening to that guy on the ground? He's like hurling. Penniless Mike? Huh? Cardinal Simon's mansion? Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Say, do you want a rare card? I've spent so much money collecting them, I'm broke. A rare card? Is it like a guild card? I want it. The Sun card. They just gave it to me for free. 40% off on all purchases if you win the QTE. Drunken Oro says, oh, you bastard. The only thing that'll soothe the human heart is liquor. Liquor and, oh, lottery. He's a lottery guy. What does he drop? Priest earrings. Let me save. Wow, look at the size of that! Ugh, did I hit it? Oh, I did it! Easy. First try. What does it do? I mean, we have save states, so it's not... It's so tiny, like... MP consumption decreases 20%. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Who eats through their... It's Marge. It's Marge who eats through her, Actually, it's Keith that really eats through his... You know what? No. We're only ever gonna run like Keith whenever we need to, like, farm. I'll keep Marjoom for now. Haven't investigated anything yet. Okay. Let me in. Oh, let me in. There's a child screaming. No, stop, please. There's a man in black. Hey, quiet down, will ya? Quieten down. What? Marge says, you, what are you doing to that child? The man in black says, who the hell are you? Shut up and mind your own business. The law in this town says that all orphans go to the orphanage. Yuri says, shut up. Mind your own business, is it? You and me got a problem, punk? The man let go of the child and ran away. He looks like a Yakuza goon. Marge says, are you alright? You scraped your knee. Let me take a look at that. A runny-nosed kid. Youch, I'm okay, ma'am. Grown-ass man beefing with an 8-year-old, yeah. A runny-nosed kid says, that hurts, ma'am. Marge says, you mean miss, don't you? The kid says, oh, okay, miss. Alice says, what a horrible way to treat a child. Say there, where's your home, little boy? The kid says, my home? The kid says, that way. Marge says, do you want us to take you there, little boy? The kid says, really? Thank you, Miss Ma'am. Miss Ma'am. Marge says, I don't appreciate that phrase. Yuri says, haha, now that's a brave lad there. Marge says, did you say something? Yuri says, nope. Alice says, well, let's go, shall we? Wait, I wonder if the dialogue's supposed to be different here depending on who I bring. Because I have these exact 3 in my party right now. Is it supposed to be any different? I'm kind of curious. Chris says Joshua. Chris and Joshua. Chris says, what happened? You're hurt. Joshua says, I'm okay, but I was almost taken away by this guy in black. These people helped me. Chris says, oh my, I see. Chris says, thank you so much for coming to my brother's rescue. Come on, Joshua, you need to thank them too. Joshua says, thanks for everything, sir, miss. And, miss ma'am. What? Wait, he grabbed something from Marge. This kid's got speedy hands. Marge says, oh, think nothing of it. Well, I'm so glad it all worked out. Anyway. Next time you call me Miss Ma'am, I will kill you. Bye-bye now. Did nobody catch that? He grabbed something. Joshua says, she's scary. They both run off. Alice says, so I wonder if it's just the 2 of them. Yuri says, the older sister. The older sister? What? Seems like a nice kid. Got a typo error here. Marge says, well, they certainly didn't look at all alike. Anyway, let's go. Okay, she started to finally notice it. Yuri says, what is it? Marge says, my wallet. I was hiding it in my shirt. I lost it. Alice says, is it true? Marge says, that little punk. Well, shit. Can we go back? I see a bar. The bar owner says, hello, come right on in. Why the long faces? Did you run into some trouble? Yuri says, yeah, I tried to be nice and the brat stole my wallet. The bar owner says, stole your wallet? Must have been the London rats. Rats! The bar owner says, I know a little bit about them. Oh, we get to name him? Holly. They're a kid's street gang with a punk named Holly as their leader. Oh, it's gonna be the next party member. The bar owner says, I see them all the time, so I figured they must live around here somewhere. Yuri says, well, I guess I'll go back to the inn. The old man should be here by now. I'd better go meet him. There's a silent peddler here. Oh, wait! The kid stole all my cash. No, we can't buy anything. The wrinkled Jim says, when you think about it, you have to feel sorry for the little brats. If their parents had sent them to school and made them study, they wouldn't have turned bad. Kind-hearted Mole says, Hallie is a clever kid, and he's brave and kind-hearted, but he does pull his share of pranks. Ever since they took his mom away, he's been looking after the kids who've gone through the same thing. No one in the whole town can really hate those kids. Oh shit, Kodelka! That's Kodelka, the game! The first game that Saknoth put out. Is it actually the first game? Wait. The games... Because this game is actually supposed to be like a sequel in terms of like the narrative, but it exists like you can play the first game. Yeah, you can play Kodelka. I mean, you could play Shadowheart without having to play Kodelka. Kodelka is the first game, I believe, that Saknoth put out. Never mind, it's not. It's their second game. Yeah, that's Kodelka. I actually wanted to play it before jumping into this game. That's the game. Kodelka is a lot more Resident Evil. Resident Evil-ish compared to this game. But yeah, maybe eventually. I want to go through like Shadow Hearts, both Shadow Hearts games first. Shadow Hearts 1 and then Shadow Hearts Covenant, which is also effectively like Shadow Hearts 2. And then maybe I could jump into Kodelka. I don't know about the last Shadow Hearts though. It's not as well received as Shadow Hearts 1 and 2. Why is the music here so whimsical? It doesn't sound like London, this music. Or this music is how I wouldn't picture like Oak Slingshot. That is definitely a weapon for Holly. Wait, where are we? Reforming Smoker Jose. What's that? You say you're looking for a couple of kids? Oh, I bet you guys got scammed, didn't you? By a couple of the London rats? We sure did. We sure did. Die-hard smoker Ryan. The London rats are a gang of street children who work this part of town. They target tourists and bum food from them or lift their wallets. The bar owner can probably tell you more about them. I already talked to the bar owner though. Let me go inside this house. There's a person going outside. Knowledgeable Carl. Carl says, huh? I'm not one to talk much to strangers. Sorry, but I'm gonna ask you to leave. Sorry, sir. He even went outside of his house to, like, tell us. An old shutter's falling off the house. What the hell happened to this house? Seems like a decrepit, abandoned house. We gotta get back our wallets first. Well, how? I feel like I'm missing something. Well, there it is. What? An old shutter is falling off the house. Never mind. I thought it was something new. I'm just spamming X in case I like encounter something. Wow, where do I go? Where in the fuck do I go? Can't go to the next street. Not this house. Excuse me, sir. Okay, no. Where the fuck do I go? Oh, where do I go? Oh, we can go back to the hotel. Sure. Jujin says, what? You got your pocket picked and lost every last penny you had to your name? Okay, yeah, we were supposed to go back and meet up with the rest of the gang. Jujin says, and cripes, you had all of my money too. I let you out of my sight for a minute and this is what happens. You can't do this to me. Marge says, that's why I'm trying to apologize, okay? Yuri says, it's not like we needed the money. I mean, look at us. Jujin says, that's right. You come from the same kind of stock, don't you? Keith says, I don't suppose there's any use crying over spilled milk, but what do you intend to do about it? Right, completely forgot. Like, it was mentioned back at the bar that we should go back to the hotel and meet up with Jujin. Marge says, I'm gonna catch that punk and get our money back, and maybe bury him up to his neck in the sand. Do you understand? If you do, then come on, let's go find up some London rats. Yuri says, okay, I got it. I'm with ya. Alice says, count me in too. Oh, so they're just gonna hang out here. Oh, okay. We had no choice in the matter. We have to run. You have to run it down with Marge and Alice and Yuri. Yeah, nobody's saying anything different. Oh, there's new text here. If you listen carefully, you can hear some kind of noise inside a decrepit, abandoned house. Looks like this shutter can be moved. Okay. Oh. Another push ring. Oh, not one of these again. Got 'em. Yuri says, phew, finally worked. Down the ladder we go. Yuri says, what's this? It looks like someone lives here. What was that? Demon earrings? What'd it do? Physical damage given and received up to 20%. Is that not nutty? We mainly rely on like physical attacks. Sure. Whoops, I didn't want to leave. Wait, I didn't want to leave. God, fuck. Fuck me. The name Sharon is embroidered on this stuffed doll. Little items seems to have been brought up here and are carefully lined up. Lottery ticket. There's a save point up there. Alright, be right back real quick. Okay, back. Another ladder. Are there encounters inside this house? It's kind of feels like it's haunted, but it's might just be an abandoned house. A normal abandoned house where nothing's up. Junk has accumulated to the point where the entryway can't be used. Joshua says, then I reached over and lifted the wallet like this. Look at here, cool colors, huh? Sharon says, wow, Joshua, that's awesome. Joshua says, yeah, on top of saving my life, they gave me all this money. I'm almost thankful. Marge says, we found you, but I never thought this place could be the hideout of the London rats. Well now, do you want to give back what you stole? The One-Changs here might not be very merciful. Joshua says, how'd you find out? Marge says, I can smell a rat. Get it? Chris says, I'm so sorry, you see. These kids haven't eaten anything in 3 days. Marge says, that's no excuse for stealing someone else's money, you know. Chris says, I really am sorry though. Here's the wallet. Though we already used some of the money. Please forgive them. I don't even remember. How much did we get back? If I recall correctly, I had some like 134,000. Joshua says sorry. Sharon also said sorry. Your wallet is returned. Somehow it feels lighter than before. Joshua says, this is a token of my apology. I got a crucifix. It's very expensive looking. Who could this have belonged to? Marge says, thank you. It would have been enough just to return it. Yuri says, sorry we scared you like that. We're not gonna hurt you. Alice says, do you all live here together? Chris says, uh-huh. None of us have any parents to take care of us. In this town, whether they find a homeless child, they take him to the orphanage. Marge says, and don't they take good care of you at the orphanage? Clearly not. Chris says, no way. Once they take a kid there, he's never seen or heard from again. Oh, something foul is happening over at the orphanage. Is it like the Funger 2 orphanage? Sharon says, all the kids at the orphanage became monsters. Oh, it is just like Funger. Yuri says, what's that mean? I wonder if it's an inspiration. The boy's voice says, it means there aren't any good people in this world. Okay, here comes Hallie. Holly. Alice asks, who are you? Holly says, I'm Holly, leader of the London Rats. I'm like their big brother. Sorry about Joshua, but you should have kept your guard up. Marge says, you have some nerve. Holly says, I'm glad you're not from the orphanage, though. All the kids taken to the orphanage disappeared mysteriously. Yuri says, so that's why these kids are hiding here? Holly says, that's right. All the residents in this area keep their mouths shut too. Yuri says, not an easy place to live in, but you know, it was about the same for me when I was your age. Holly says, what are you doing here in this dump anyway? I'll help you in return for saving one of our little ones. Alice says, we're looking for someone. Do you know if there's a mansion around here owned by a person named Cardinal Albert Simon? Holly says, Albert Simon? With a question mark. Chris says, Holly, I wonder if old Carl might know something. Holly says, yeah, sure. He's an odd one, but he knows a lot about this area. I'm sure he'd help you out if I asked. Holly, join the party. Is he in the party? He's not in the active party. Chris says old Carl lives in the house next to the open lot. Joshua says, sorry about before. Okay, we actually didn't lose that much money. Probably just like a couple hundred less. They actually didn't take that much. Wait, there was something in that room. Wait, what was that crucifix that they gave us? What'd it do? Render status abnormalities ineffectual. That's huge. That's massive. Talisman of Purity. Warning device. What is that? Is it an item? No idea. It's not here. It's probably an accessory. It is an accessory. Helps the bear avoid back and cross attacks. But that's pretty good for farming. Yeah, that's pretty good if you're farming. So you want to avoid, like, getting back shots. Prevent back shots. Alright, now I can go this way. Old Castle Street. Wait, we just went back. Wait. Is this... Oh yeah. Holly says, old Carl. The knowledgeable Carl says, oh, it's you, it's you, Holly. Old Carl says, who's the stranger? Holly says, they saved Joshua from the orphan hunters. Carl, you know Cardinal Simon? They're looking for him. Old Carl says, oh, it's you, Holly. What, you want to know about Cardinal Simon? I've got it. That mansion is across the Thames River in the residential area in the north. Holly says, thanks, old Carl. Holly says, let's go, Yuri. Is he gonna join the party? Ooh, a lottery ticket. I love robbing people. Or a suspicious looking telephone that's not yet hooked up. Oh, you're supposed to use all those items in battle. When did I use all of them? Oh, fuck me. You're supposed to use all of them in battle. What the hell? How far back? When did I start using all of them? That is a funny system. What? Motherfucker, I used all of them though. How far back? One sec, there's just I was wondering why we only get like 1 point up with when I use them. Apparently I'm supposed to use them in battle to get like the most out of those stat increasing items. That's hilarious. What? That's actually like a lot of points, so I think I might run it back a bit. I have to run it back like a while ago. Motherfucker, I used them all. I used them all! You know what? Whatever. Yeah, whatever. That's hilarious. What? Why the fuck did it make it like that? It should have been like how it is in Dragon Quest, where they just give you like... Apparently you're supposed to use it in battle. Fuck me. I have to run it back and get a save from the point where before a point where I started using all of those. Anyways, it's just like, I don't really care for min-maxing. That's a lot of time. Yeah, that Seal of Force, it's a stat increasing item. Power increases 1 to 3 points. And if I try to use it on Yuri, you can see the Judgment Ring here, and there's like a little red area. If I use it in battle and land it on that red area, that means I can increase the power to 3 points. instead of just one when I use it in my when I use it directly from my inventory. That's a you have to use your skill to get some extra like stats from these stat increasing items. That's kind of fucky. Holly says this is... Marge says, what's wrong with you? Holly says, this is it. This is where all the kidnapped orphans end up. Alice says, what do you mean? Alice says, it certainly seems that this is the mansion of Cardinal Simon. Yuri says, so you mean Cardinal Simon's mansion has become an orphanage? So let's just ask the people who live here directly. Holly says, I don't want them to find me, I'll wait here. Scared? Can I leave? Can't leave. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I could grab off of the sidewalk here. There's a low male voice. Who's there? Yuri says, hello, I need to ask you something. Knock knock. He looks like a Yakuza. He looks like a Yakuza character. There's a low-voiced man says, what business do you have with my orphanage? He's even got like curious fit. Yuri says, I was told this is the mansion of Cardinal Simon. Is that true? The man says, Cardinal Simon? Alice says, a man named Albert Simon. I believe he moved here from Italy. A low-voiced man says, oh yeah, I believe that was the name of the previous owner. I bought this mansion to start an orphanage, but I don't know anything about the previous owner. Alice says, but... Marge says, is that right? I'm Malkovich, a reporter from the USA. I'm doing some research on the subject of war and orphans. Excuse me, but may I have your name? The low-voiced man says, my name is Jack, but... Marge says, well, Jack, this is an orphanage, isn't it? Where are the children? Jack says they're asleep in their rooms. It is awfully late, you know. Marge says, but I really would like to gather some data, so perhaps you could just talk with them a little. Jack says, that won't do. I told you they're asleep, and I don't like people from the papers anyhow. Now run along. Holly says, so, is this the Cardinal Simon's mansion? Yuri says, yes, it appears to be, but the guy we're after disappeared 2 years ago. Marge says, that seems kind of suspicious. Alice says, I think they're hiding something. Marge says, well, for the time being, let's go back to the inn. What? It went back outside. The man in black says, did you call? Jack says, we've got some pests here. They're the ones who've kept me from grabbing that kid before. You stay on their tail and don't let them spot you. The man in black says, yes, sir. Jack says preparations are almost complete. I won't allow anybody to stop me now. Zhuzhen says, so Cardinal Simon's mansion has become an orphanage where a shady man is gathering up children, huh? Keith says, can't help wondering what happened to the Cardinal, but it's disturbing about the missing children too. Marge says, let's take a look. We still don't understand the connection between Cardinal Simon and this Jack. Alice says that's true, but from what I've seen so far, there's something funny about that orphanage. There's no sign of children anywhere, and the whole place seems so gloomy. Yuri says, "All right, let's ask the townspeople about that orphanage." All right, what time is it? I think I might just call it here. I feel like if I get into that orphanage, there's gonna be one big section after another. So, with that being said, for all the friends that dropped by, thank you very much. I hope you all have a great Monday day. New week is upon us. GG's, y'all. Peace out. Take it easy, my friends. Good night. Good night.